Brooklyn prices have been circling around $1 million for over a year. This month that changed. So if you own, what's your home worth right now? And if you're buying, how does that payment compare to last year? Today we're going to cover all that and more. I'm Justin from Braithwaite Realty. Let's get into it. Part 1. What are Brooklyn homes worth now? For over a year, I've shown you Brooklyn prices holding right around $1 million. This month, they broke higher. The typical home is now around $1,033,000, with the latest month pushing past $1.1 million. That's up about $43,000 on the year, a little over 4%, while the country gained around 2%. If you zoom out, for 10 years, the typical home is up about $362,000, right around 4% a year. And the 5-year pace looks a little softer, just around 3% for around $131,000 in gains. That's Brooklyn overall. If you want to see what homes are selling for in your specific neighborhood, I've got data on all 50 Brooklyn neighborhoods, every single one, from Greenpoint to Bay Ridge, Coney Island to Cypress Hills, and everything in between at braithrealty.com/neighborhoods. The link's below. Chapter 2. What does a buyer need to afford a home in Brooklyn now? Here's a shift. For months, I've told you that buying costs less than it did a year earlier. That gap is now gone. With 20% down, the payment on a typical home runs about $5,200 a month. A year ago, it was about $5,169, basically the same. The discount closed because prices climbed back, and even though rates are still below last year, they're up from the winter lows. So the price gains caught up. To qualify, you need a household income of around $223,000. Condos and co-ops typically sell below that, so for a lot of first-time home buyers, that's the best way into the market. If you may be selling in the future, I put together a free guide on the home improvements that give you the biggest return when you sell, so you know what to do and, more importantly, what not to do before listing. And if you're buying, you can download a free guide on the red flags to look for on your walkthroughs, so you can spot problems before wasting money on an inspection. You can find both at braithrealty.com/guides. The link's below. Part 3. Is it better to buy or rent now? The typical rent is now around $3,900, and it's climbed just about every month I've covered it, up from almost $3,700 last winter. Owning runs about $5,200, so it still costs roughly $1,340 more a month to own, plus your property taxes. But watch the direction. Rent has risen while ownership costs have held steady, so the gap is narrower than it was a year ago. So what's happening when an offer hits the table? Part 4. Who's winning at the negotiating table? Sellers are holding their ground. Buyers are negotiating about $31,000 off asking price, around 3% below list price, right where it's been for months. In other words, sellers are getting about 97 cents on the dollar, same as last year. What's improved is speed. Homes go into contract in 49 days now, roughly in line with last spring, and faster than the 60-plus days we saw over the winter. The spring market showed up. Inventory keeps climbing, like I flagged the last few months. About 4,500 homes now versus 3,900 a year ago. That's a little over 5 months of supply, which is still balanced. More listings doesn't necessarily mean less leverage for sellers. The homes that show well and are priced right are the ones buyers are chasing. That's where things stand right now. If you want to go deeper, here's what I got for you. I rank every Brooklyn neighborhood on my site. The most expensive, the fastest appreciating, where prices are falling, plus the best months to list, and prices broken down by property type. That's at braithrealty.com/Brooklyn. The link is below. And if you want to know exactly where your home fits in these numbers, you can book a free strategy call. My listings sell in an average of 24 days at 102.8% of asking price. That link is in the description. And if you're buying, the deals aren't quite what they were over the winter, but you've got the most inventory we've seen in a while and real room to negotiate. That same strategy call link works for you too. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. I do this every single month, so you always have the most up-to-date information. I'm Justin Braithwaite, and I'll see you next month.